Good evening and welcome to this short yoga practice to help you unwind and get ready for bed. You won't need any props for this class, although I will be using a block in one of the postures. If you don't have a block, you can use a pillow, a couch cushion, or you can fold up some blankets and stack them on top of each other. But if not, you could do this without. We won't be doing any chaturangas or getting into any strenuous postures today. Our focus is going to be on slowing down, breathing deeply, and relaxing into the poses. If you haven't done so already, you can pause here and change into something comfortable. If not, let's begin in child's pose. Seated on your heels, you can leave the knees together or bring them as wide as you would like. Begin to walk your hands out in front of you and bring the chest and the forehead down towards the ground. Let's take a few cleansing breaths here. So inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, release the air out of the mouth, sigh it out. Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, really fill the upper body up with air. And then exhale it out completely through the mouth. Last time. Inhale, the back body puffs up. Feel the rib cage expand. And then exhale out the mouth. If you haven't done so already, maybe close the eyes down here. Find stillness, or maybe it feels good to rock the forehead side to side on the mat. But either way, let's just sync up with our breath here. Try to even out the length of your inhales and your exhales. Take note of how the body is feeling. And try to let go of the day. Anything that happened, if you had a busy, stressful day, if you had a lot going on, try to leave that all here and allow your mind to relax. Allow yourself to find some space and really slow down for the evening. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Really melt into the ground. And then as you inhale, lift the forehead up, press into the hands, and use them to walk the upper body back upright. We're going to bring the knees together if they aren't already, and come to sit over the knees. I'm just going to turn so you can see me. If this is not comfortable to you, you can come to sit in a cross-leg position or whatever works. Let's drop the chin to the chest here, and as you exhale, let's bring the left ear over the left shoulder, stretching through the right side of the neck. You can walk the fingertips out wide if you would like, or leave them in the lap, whatever works for you. Inhale back through center. Exhale the opposite ear over the opposite shoulder. Take this a few times, syncing up with your breath. Inhaling through center, exhaling, stretching through the side of the neck. I encourage you to take these slowly. Maybe pause if you feel a spot in the neck that feels really good to stretch. You can also begin to make these movements a little bit bigger, maybe lean the head back. You can also turn your chin so you're looking down towards your fingers. Just stretching through the neck here, gently. You can continue with these rocking motions or begin to take full circles with the neck in one direction. Just make sure you switch and go the opposite way. Let's come back through center here. Bring the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale, spread the arms out wide. As you exhale, let's cross the right arm underneath the left and then reach for the shoulder blades with the fingertips. This is an eagle arms variation. If you would like to take full eagle arms, you can bring the backs of the hands together. But I'm going to take a more relaxing route and just rest my hands on my shoulders. And then we'll take a few cat-cows here. So inhaling, bringing the chin up, maybe raising the elbows up to find a nice arch in the back. And as you exhale, bring the chin to the chest, find a curve in the back, seated cat pose. Inhaling, seated cow. Exhale to cat. Let's take 3 more of these. And after your last one, bring the spine back upright, bring the arms back wide, and then cross your left arm underneath the right, and then reach for the shoulder blades once more. So let's inhale, looking up. Exhale, curve through the spine. We'll take this a few times. Again, following your breath here. Make sure you can breathe deeply and fully. Last one here. And then release. The spine comes back straight. Lift the arms up on an inhale. Maybe look up towards the thumb. As we exhale, the left hand's going to come to the outside of the right knee. The right hand's going to come behind for a twist. Lengthen up on an inhale, and as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Look over the right shoulder or in that direction. Breathe deeply. Let's inhale back to center, lifting the arms back up towards the sky, and then exhale, right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, and we'll twist to the other side. Inhale, release, and this time we're just going to swing our feet from underneath us if you're sitting on your knees. If you're cross-legged, just bring the legs out in front of you. Toes flex towards the face, maybe put a bend in the knees today. And we're going to fold forward. So let's lift up on an inhale, exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Normally we try to fold with a flat back and straight legs, but as we're getting ready to relax for the evening, let's round through the back. Really relax the head. Maybe the belly is resting on the thighs here. I like to leave my palms face up whenever I'm trying to wind down, to encourage the rest of my body to start relaxing and not to pull myself and force myself into any type of shape. So let's breathe here for a few more moments. Again, as you inhale, really feel the upper back body puff out, your rib cage expand, and then exhale out all that air completely. Maybe close down the eyes for a second. Let something go. Now on your next inhale, let's use the hands to press the upper body back up. And we're just going to bring the soles of our feet together and our knees out wide for Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. Again, normally it's nice to bring the feet in closer to the body and get a nice stretch, but let's work on pressing the feet away from us to create more space here. Let's sit up straight, and then once more, just round over the legs, folding. We're being very gentle here. The hands can come to rest on the feet. And if it feels good to you, sometimes in this posture, I like to bring my arms underneath my legs and wrap my hands around my ankles. Just an option, but we'll be here for 2 more breaths. If the hands are bound around the feet, gently remove them and then lift the body back upright here. Let's bring the knees back together. Maybe we knock them side to side just to stretch a little bit through the hips. And then we're eventually going to bring our bottoms closer to the heels, and we're going to come onto our backs with the feet flat on the floor and the knees pointed up towards the sky. This is going to be where I'm going to use a block. So if you would like to use a block, a pillow, a few blankets to support yourself in this pose, this would be the time to grab it. So I'm going to come onto the back here. The heels are going to be in closer towards the bottom. Feet are flat on the floor. We can either just lift the hips up into bridge, pressing the arms into the ground, hips driving up to the sky, and take the pose traditionally. Or if you have a prop, I'm going to place the block underneath my sacrum and just rest where my tailbone is, underneath the kind of top of my pants here. You don't want the block up on the spine, so just make sure it's pushed down so you can comfortably rest on it, right? And we'll just pause here and breathe like this. Knees pointed up towards the sky, supported bridge pose here. We'll be here for a few breaths, so maybe close the eyes down. Breathe deeply into the belly, fill it up with air on your inhale, and then exhale it all out. Let's take 4 more rounds of breath here. Shouldn't feel any pain or pinching. And then on your last exhale, gently remove the block, the pillow, or whatever prop is underneath you by lifting the hips up just about an inch and then sliding it off over to the side. Let's just lower the hips down to the floor. And again, we're going to come into that cobbler shape, Baddha Konasana, but this time on our back. So the soles of the feet are going to come together once more. Knees are going to fall out wide. Again, we can press the feet away from the body to give ourselves a little bit more space. The hands can be on the ground, palms facing up. You can place them on the hips or bring them to the heart space, the belly, wherever is comfortable for you. Again, we'll be here for a few breaths. So just really focus on the quality of your breath, the length of your inhales and your exhales. Maybe we keep the eyes closed down, being very gentle with ourselves this evening. Really slowing down our day. Knees are heavy, thighs are pulling towards the ground. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then from here, again, we can use the hands to help the legs out. Bring the knees together. And we're going to lift the knees into the chest, bring them closer to the body. You can grab the knees or wrap the arms around the shins. Maybe we rock side to side for a free low back massage. You can also take circles with the knees to really get into the tops of the hips. Just make sure if you do, you go in both directions. Or your stillness is perfectly suitable here. So 2 more breaths wherever you are. Pick and choose what works for you. And then on your next inhale, let's bring the arms out wide like a T shape. We're going to leave the knees together here. Inhale in, and as you exhale, just drop the knees over to the right side of the body. Try to keep the shoulders heavy so this left shoulder blade doesn't lift up off the ground. You can keep the gaze up towards the sky or turn your head over to look at your left fingertips. Breathe deeply into the navel center here. If this is feeling really tight, maybe you're feeling some pain in the lower back, press the knees further down, away from the body, and breathe here. If you have that block, you can also use it to rest the knees on if the knees aren't coming down towards the ground. So just a few more breaths here. As you inhale, pull the belly button into the spine to activate the core, and then lift the knees back up into the chest. And then let's just repeat on the other side. So the arms are going to be out wide. Take an inhale in, and as you exhale, drop the knees over to the left side of the mat this time. Look straight up towards the ceiling or gaze over towards the right fingertips. Breathe deeply. Maybe the eyes close down again. And just try to relax. Not too much longer now. Engage the core one last time. Bring the knees back into the chest. Curl up into a little ball. Maybe squeeze the nose up towards the knees. And then slowly release the body down. Allow the limbs to spread out long. Take up space, and we'll come into our resting pose, Shavasana or corpse pose. Allow each of your limbs to become heavy. Relax through the fingers, the toes. Soften through the belly, the chest. Relax the jaw. Release any tension in the face. So soften the skin of the forehead. And then begin to close the eyes down here, letting them become heavy. And we'll rest here for a few moments. We can stay here as long as we would like. So I invite you to really savor in this posture. If you did this in bed, this would be a great place to finish, because you could just roll over and drift off to sleep from here. But let's close down by taking 10 deep breaths in total relaxation. Maybe bring your focus to the space between your eyebrows. And just breathe. Allow the body to relax, to be heavy. Allow the mind to relax and wind down. Feel free to stay here on your back. Or if you would like to end this class with me, simply roll over onto one side of the body. Bring the knees into the chest. Find a fetal position. Maybe their head rest on the arm just for a moment. Just to notice how you feel right now. Notice any thoughts that came up or that you let pass, any feelings, any sensations. Notice any space you've created. And then from here, use the upper body to lift yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands into the heart space. And take one more moment here to say something kind to yourself before we drift off to sleep. Offer yourself some gratitude for showing up this evening, trying to do something nice for yourself before the day ended. Some gratitude for tackling hard things during your day, getting lots of work done, or just making it through. And I'll leave you guys here. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. I hope you have a wonderful night of sleep and that this helped you clear your mind and prepare your body to relax. And I will see you guys soon.